My lords, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Cities Skylines and our burgeoning city, or large town, I'm not sure if you would class this as a city just yet, of West Bambridge. As you can see on the screen, we have a new city hospital that I put together off camera between the last two episodes while I was doing some testing. You see, what happened was I have two separate save files at the moment. I have this one, which obviously I record, and then I have an offline, or like a personal one, if that makes sense, that I just play just to pass the time when I don't have chance to record due to the children running around, running riot, as children tend to do at a young age. And this one is obviously heavily modded. The other one is a lot more vanilla. And then when I came to start recording yesterday morning before work, there was some major mod issues, and I don't know what had happened, but I seem to have fixed it now. But when I tried to record, I was getting constant error messages, and a lot of the assets were missing. Hopefully, I've managed to sort it. Fingers crossed. And as I was testing it for its validity and its stability, I decided to put this little hospital together. It's two hospitals. You have I think that's a vanilla hospital on the left, and the one on the right is a modded hospital. And I put them both in because they have a similar design, and very often in the UK, and I'm sure it's the same in a lot of countries, hospitals are separate buildings, or they can be separate buildings, or they can be one large interlinked building. So I've gone for this because the hospital I grew up with was several large separate buildings, all part of one complex. So that's the thinking there. As you can also see, in front of the hostel we have its own car park, which is nice and empty, and in front of that we have just a row of terraced shops, very similar to what you'd see on a UK high street. And if we just go and have a look at those shops, whoa, get a bit seasick there. Yeah, if we just go down and we can have a look at some of the shops that are included. We've got a super drug, a chippy, that's upgraded, didn't want that to happen, never mind. I should have made it historical, shouldn't I? Never mind. Yes, we have a Poundland, Londis, we have a Subway, Sainsbury's, a pharmacy, another chippy, post office, another convenience store, a little Premier, a Coral Bookmakers, what's that, a florist? It is a florist. And obviously it's the UK, you've got to have a Greggs. In fact, we should have several of those if it's a proper UK town. They're quite ubiquitous. Didn't mean to pause that. There we go. So yes, that's our new hospital. And I've also made one other change, and this is on the back of in fact, it's a fantastic suggestion from Mr. Lizardface. Now, what we suggested, or what Mr. Lizardface suggested, was, given that we have a UK themed city, we need to name one of our schools Grange Hill. For any UK viewers out there, obviously you'll know exactly why, and that's what I've done here. This Toronto High School, what's on the hill, is now called Grange Hill. It's getting up to about half full, a couple of hundred away, so that's good to see. Nothing like overcrowded classrooms here, thank you very much. I think here we have maybe 16 students to a teacher, which is not very UK, where usually it's 35 or even 40 sometimes. So yeah, there we go. So thank you for that, Mr. Lizardface. Great suggestion. Really, I enjoyed it. It made me laugh. So I was happy to go ahead and include that suggestion in the series. Also the name, Mr. Lizardface, fantastic. I've just got this mental image of a gecko in a suit, but with like a human body, but with a gecko head, and that's brilliant. Very similar to most politicians, not to get too political of course. So yeah, thank you for the suggestion, really enjoyed it, and I was more than happy to oblige there, so thank you very much. And it started raining. Well, it wouldn't be the UK if it wasn't, would it? Right then, so let's crack on. So recently we expanded our city limits and we purchased this tile here, which would allow us to expand the district of Penketh. Given we have quite a high demand for residential zoning, I think that's what we'll do today. Now what we don't want to do obviously is take these suburban roads and join them straight into this arterial, because that's going to slow everything down because of the repeated junctions. So what we're going to do is get a collector road, maybe in, so like this, going from here up to here. The suburban roads will join into the collector, and we may even have one coming along the top somewhere, what links in around here at the road by Cockwood, and this one here will extend and join the new transverse collector road up here, and that should give us a nice big space, or big enough space to expand Penketh, because at the moment it does just end quite abruptly and it looks a little bit odd. So that's the plan for today, so let's get started, shall we? Right, so let's start by selecting the collector road that we're going to use to bring everything together, and we'll go curvy roads this time. Now we don't want this junction to be too close to this junction, and I think if we have it there, that's going to give us enough buffer while giving us enough space here to expand Penketh. So we'll take this out and we'll head up the hill. I'm not too fussed about following the terrain too closely, and what we'll do is we'll have this just actually follow the arterial for a while, like run parallel to it before heading off. And now we will turn the terrain overlay on, just because we're going across the hill. Now we're going to have to eat into the terrain a little while we curve, but that's okay. In fact, if we head for that large contour line there, and then try and stick to it as best we can, although it's going to be a little bit awkward around here because it's quite tight, but if we do roughly follow it, that's going to be fine. It doesn't have to be 100% religiously sticking to the contour line, of course, but as long as it's there or thereabouts, it's going to be fine. And then, okay, that taxi rank there is interfering with that, so we can't join it in there. So what we'll do is we'll have it curl into there like that, and there we go. Nice winding collector road there. See that a lot in the UK, of course, so very pleased with that. We want to extend this one up the hill, as I said, to get it to link in. We may as well keep this one straight. There's no reason not to. Don't want to have curly roads for the sake of having curly roads. In fact, we'll just even go with the straight road tool there just to guarantee it. So that just bisects Penketh straight up the middle. Well, it might not be exactly the middle when it's all said and done, but it's close enough. Right, so now we can do these roads here, and what we wanted to do is curve a little about to there, I think, and then go straight. Yeah, it's not quite how I thought it would be, but it's fine, and I think we can just do this with the freeform road tool. It'll be a little easier. So the gap there between the zones that are going to be put down, trying to keep it roughly even. This is the gap here. As long as it's even enough, it doesn't have to be exact. I'm not going to get a ruler out and measure it, of course, but as long as it looks even to the eye, I think we can take that and we'll be happy with that. Okay, that's probably tipped up too far. Look at that, because it's verging. And in fact, no, that's fine. We can have it move away a little. There's nothing wrong with that. And then we'll do some more up here. Now we're going to have quite a buffer space here, so I'm going to leave that empty. And what I might do is turn this area here and over here into a small city park, for no other reason than I want to. But for now, let's just finish getting these roads chucked in, and again trying to maintain that one square space between the zoning areas. Now over here, it's going to be a little bit more complex, as we have that building right there. What is that? Yeah, the elder care facility. That's right where we'd like to go. Now, we could just relocate the elder care facility, of course, and I think that's what we'll do. So let's just move that up there. Just get him out of the way, and then we can continue the road. And let's have it go straight if we can, please. It's going to flick up there to connect into that node. Now, we could put another node in manually to avoid that, but for the sake of, what's that, 10 meters of road, I'm not going to go into that much detail, so to speak, and we'll just go with it. It's fine. Oh, distance. I don't like it when it does that. In fact, these should be pretty straight apart from the end when they're joining. In fact, shall we have them flick up to here for something a bit different? Yeah. Like that. There we go. So this whole area here is now going to be Penketh. So what we're going to do is that can go away for a start. Is just expand Penketh's borders all the way up to the arterial, sorry, to the collector road, like that. Just make sure we get it right up to that road there. I mean, we could do it with the smaller of the painting tools just to make sure we get it. In fact, I'll do that. I'll do it quickly like this, and then I'll go over and fine tune it in a moment with this one here. By just doing this, going along the edge here. Wonderful, there is Penketh's expanded borders. So now we can continue with the zoning. Let's just remind ourselves what the themes are in Penketh. So it's semi-detached. I think we'll also allow the UK commercial, and we will allow buildings which are not in any of the themes, just so we make sure we get some decent commercial in here as well. And then what we're going to do is quite simply fill in pretty much all of these with some lovely residential zones. We need to do the water pipes, of course. I haven't forgotten. I'll do those in a few moments. So in fact, let's do those now, because they will start building soon, and they will start complaining that they can't, you know, drink, cook, wash, all that good stuff that us humans tend to want to be able to do when we're at home. Okay, so there's the water pipes all laid in. So these are going to stop complaining in a few moments' time. So now we can resume our efforts to get all of this filled in with some lovely, lovely residential zoning. We are going for low density in this region. To be a bit strange having Penketh be a bit of a hybrid between low and high. So we'll stick with the low for now. We have plenty of high over in Montrose anyway, so we do have some in the city already. And I don't want to be mixing and matching for the sake of it. So we'll stick to some nice low density through here, and we'll just get the one side painted in first, and then we'll let those populate, and we'll see where we are at that point. Now, it might be worth having a little junction between this arterial road here and the collector road just here, and that way the people of Penketh can get onto the arterial if they're wanting to leave the city for work or holiday or something. So I think we'll do that, and just be a nice quick short connection. We'll keep it as straight as possible. 179.7 is fine. We don't want the traffic lights. We would rather have just a giveaway sign there, and we'll also give them dedicated turning lanes there like that. Okay, the sun is now starting to set over Penketh and West Bambridge in general. I'm going to see if I can just maybe just smooth some of this terrain out here where they're building, because we're getting these mini cliff faces up here from the terraforming of the residential buildings. So if we can just get rid of some of that. Not really, but never mind. So now that we're entering into the land of Nod, I think we'll go ahead and hopefully this will keep it in nighttime mode. If we go to cinematic camera, we'll just take a few moments during the night to appreciate the comings and goings of the city. Let's turn that land overlay off. We don't need that right now. And we'll just accelerate. No, we'll not do that. Let's accelerate time just to whiz through the night, because I don't like to do building at the night, but I do like the graphical appeal of a nighttime shot of the city. It looks quite pleasant indeed with all the lights. You can really see the cars coming and going. In fact, can we? No, I can't right click. I forgot how you do it. I don't know when it's allowed to do that. You know where you right click and you can set the time of day. Sometimes you can do it, sometimes you can't. I must be missing a trick there. In fact, can we get up on the hill by the farm and have a look down over the city? Yeah, look at that. You got the high rises there looking very nice. And then we've got Montrose over here. Day is just about to break, so let's just drop the speed back to 1 times and continue our expansion. Now we don't need any more residential for the time being, and we have zoned plenty for them for now. So what we're going to do instead is get them some shopping areas, and we'll put these on the outer edge of the collector road here, all the way up like this. Have a nice, hopefully a nice row of shops running up there. Now one thing I mentioned I was quite tempted to do is put a little park zone in this area here, where we've got the wide gap between, what's that, Plumptre and Hatfield Road. And this would be our first city park. It's only going to be a little small park. So let's go ahead and do this. So we want it up here because that's where the entrance is going to be, along this road here. And then we're just going to go all the way over here, maybe into there as well, if we can squeeze another park entrance in, and then just come all the way back along like that. Listen Valley Country Park. Well, I wouldn't say this is a country park, so I'd like to rename that. And this can be Penketh Green. There we go, that'll do. That's the most suitable, I think. So let's get started with this, and it'll be a city park. We're not going to have a zoo here, of course. And what's that? Amusement park? No, that's clearly not appropriate for this, what we're trying to do here. Where's the city park? There it is. So we want a main gate up here, like that. And let's see, could we squeeze in a side gate? Oh yes, no problem. Like that. I like to put a fence around my park, even if it makes no discernible difference at all. So we're going to have a fence run all the way along the back of these houses here. In fact, let's do it freeform. That's going to be easier. And in fact, let's also take off all of the guidelines there and have it do its own thing. And if that eats into a couple of the residential zoning areas there, that's fine. And then you can come down, curve, come on, there you go, and in there. And then we'll run a similar fence out here, if it's going to let me. Well, I could anarchy it, but I'll just do it this way instead. Not really gaining any useful park space down there, it just increases the square footage. So yeah, we'll just do it this way instead. Make sure we don't eat into these houses, of course, with this fence. No doubt there'll be teenagers hopping the fences for a little bit of white lightning at some point. That's what tends to happen in the UK. Not all teenagers, of course, not going to tar them all with the same brush, but we've all been there. Some of us might still be there, in which case, more power to you. Just be good. Anyway, let's continue. We want a path that basically runs straight through the centre and links this park entrance. Let's get the old freeform back on. Now, there's not going to be much to do in this park, and it's not going to be a park that's designed to make us a ton of money. It's just a nice little green space to fill in this dead space that we had. So what can we put inside here? Well, we'll go ahead, we'll put a cafe, and we'll put one cafe up here, and I think we'll put one down here, so near either entrance. Some restrooms, of course, directly opposite the cafe. You don't want to get caught short. What else do we have? An info booth, that can go in the middle. Chessboard, can that fit in? Yes, it certainly can. Little plaza, wonderful. We could decorate it with some of these as well. We certainly don't want to use a brush to do this, just a single placeable, and we'll have an ice cream vendor just there. Let's go ahead and chuck another one down here. Little burger stand or whatever this is supposed to be over there, and likewise one down here as well. What's this? A food stall. Yeah, we'll have one of those. So little park picnic area sort of thing. Which way round is that? That's right. So let's go ahead and chuck some benches down around here as well. That's the wrong way round. That's a bugger. Let's just get the move it tool and turn him around. Go on. There you go. Now it's better. And then we'll carry on putting some of these benches in the area, just as a little seating area for people to have their lunch if they so desire. There we go. Now I wonder if we can put a proper quote-unquote park in here. Do we have enough space? Well, I might be able to get one of these little Japanese Zen garden thing. Oh no, that's quite big. That's got a big footprint. Ooh, we might be able to squeeze a dog park in when we can. There we go. Little carousel sort of thing. Come on, there you go. Where's a trampoline? How big's that? Maybe just here as you kept coming. There we go. And they all have a nice boosted or a nice boost to their effectiveness when they're in a parked area. So that's Penketh Green. I'm just going to go through now and I'll put a little time lapse in here because I'm just going to do a little bit extra detailing on this part just to bring it all together. So I'll see you in a few moments. Okay, so there we go. I think I'm pretty happy with what we've got so far. Let's have a look at the stats for Penketh. green. Yeah, we're more than meeting the entertainment requirement for a level up, and we're about halfway to the number of visitors that we need. Income 400, expenses 440. That's I'm not really bothered about. Like I say, if it makes money or operates at a loss, that's not the concern here. It's just to serve as a little bit of filler for us, and it should also boost the land value in this area as well, which will be obviously quite useful. The shops have plopped themselves in. We have a bit of a mix between vanilla and UK. Not too happy with how they've adapted to the terrain there, but it's fine. It is what it is. So yes, I'm quite happy with that. The building is on fire, and of course it's the Cockwood Primary School. So your Cockwood's on fire, be careful. Make sure you get that attended to, and I don't think I'll ever get bored of saying those words because I'm quite immature. So yes, let's do some more zoning, shall we? You know what, I'm quite tempted by some high density in this area. And I know I said I wasn't going to mix it up, but you know, I've changed my mind. I'm fickle, deal with it. Yeah, we're going to put a bit of high density across here, just to give us, well, more of a skyline, you know, city skylines and all that. So we'll have that area there as high density. Could we adapt one of our subway systems, or our subway system, to have a stop that comes out here? I think we could. I think what we could do is first of all select subway. What's all this? Oh, okay. That's the train. Select the subway, and let's have a station, say somewhere where the high density is gonna pop into existence. Maybe on the road just there. Now it's gonna generate quite a lot of noise pollution, of course it is, but so be it. And then we'll get the subway track lane tool. And if we have this curve around here and into, can we get it to snap into this station there? No, but I think you can get away with that. And then have another loop that comes this way. Not like that, because that just looked weird. Maybe like that. And then what we can do is maybe have one that, I don't want to demolish all those houses, that would be unfortunate. Comes through down here into Montrose. So we could have a line that goes into Penketh, maybe into Cockwood, and then back out to Montrose. We don't need to include Lynham, I shouldn't say. What we can have instead is one that comes off into Tilehurst. In fact, no, that will work, yes. So what we'll do now is set up a new line, and we'll go from the new station at Penketh into Grange Hill, Tilehurst, Montrose. Do we want to go Cockwood, or should we just go straight back to Penketh? I think we're best off going straight back to Penketh. So like that. And let's just change the colour. Oh no, we can keep, in fact we will change it. We'll have this as white. And you can have the same NTFL Metro as the others. And then we'll do another line, but what goes in the reverse direction. So you're coming this way. And this is just going to be like a mini loop, and we've missed a station there. Okay, let's get rid of that and go into there, and then into Grange Hill, and then out into Penketh like that. And again, let's just quickly change the colour. We've got blue, red and white. This one can be a nice orange colour. There we go. Oh, and again, just make sure we select the metro line there. So that enables the residents of the newly expanded Penketh to get into the rest of the city quite easily. Now I think we have a bus service that runs around here, and it probably would not be a bad idea to have it stop somewhere near the subway station. So at the minute it stops there and then it comes up, it does nothing up here, so we can have it stop by the park. That wouldn't be a bad idea. And then it can go up to there, stop outside the station, and then it's coming on down. And yeah, we can have a stop there because this is high density, isn't it? Like that, and then continues on its way. So the people of Penketh, like in southern or at the bottom of Penketh Hill, they can get into the subway station and get onto the subway and get to where they need to be. We also have the stop outside of the park, which is going to be quite useful for us, of course, getting people in and out of the park quite readily. And they can cross over at this junction here, so we don't need to put in an extra node of a crossing in. What they have will serve them quite nicely. How are we doing here? Okay, not too bad. 42 more people, 40 more people until we level up, and that'll unlock a few extra assets we can chuck in there if we so desire. But I don't think we really need to. Like I said, this is just a bit of filler space, just to fill in that bit of void that we had between the two areas. Alright, so the rest of Penketh has been zoned. We still need some more commercial. We could risk it with a bit of high density if we have the population to fill the jobs. Now somewhere near Montrose makes a bit of sense to me because the population density in Montrose is quite high. But saying that, we have all this new high density in Penketh at the top of the hill as well. So I think we might have a bit of high density just along here and just see if we have the population to fill those jobs. We can start thinking about office jobs soon. And we have a university, so we are going to start getting highly educated residents, of course. And what is our university? So we've only got 2% of citizens have graduated, as we can see. Once we unlock the city campus, I think that should help us with that. Now we do have a subway down here, so everybody can get to university quite easily without having to worry about cross-city traffic. How are the high schools doing? I think, yeah, we're fine in terms of overall capacity. It's just a matter of whether these people can get to the, I mean, are these full? No, not even close. Grange Hill, yeah, that's fine. So we've got plenty of scope there. Is it worth having another police station? I mean, we've got some high crime over here and over here. So yeah, I think we'll have a police station down here somewhere. And maybe should we go for I know it's not a UK style police headquarters, but I think we shall have a police headquarters down here like that. What about fire coverage? Where's the nearest fire station for Montrose and Penketh? So we have a couple over there, very close together. I'm not sure I meant to do it like that. So I think we'll put another one down, and we'll put this one. We'll put one over here, and that'll service the farm and Penketh Hill. And maybe one down near Montrose as well, like that. Hospitals, obviously we have our main city hospital here. But how's our health? 78%. It's not bad, but it could be better. Now we do want to have a doctor's surgery nearby for this problem here. The noise pollution from the subway. Now we could just dezone that little area to avoid that, but we'll see if the little surgery is enough to handle that problem. How are we on death care? Pretty good. Childcare, we have one. What are they called? Childcare facility, child health centre. and everything's looking, and we have a couple out here which could do with one, so I think it is time for another child healthcare facility. And we'll have this. We don't really want it in an industrial estate, do we? That's a bit odd. Could we squeeze it in here somewhere? Oh no, we've got one right there. Let's have a... oh, maybe up here. By the school, perhaps? Might look a bit odd on the corner there. But that should help these residents here. And elder care, 74%. We could do with more. Well, we've just relocated that one. But we don't have anything over this area of the city. So let's put one down by the hospital. There we go. Okay, I think for now that's going to do for our services. It's not our first park. I thought it was. I forgot I did Abbotsbury Park as well. Oh, never mind. But Penketh Green is now a level 2 park, and we're still meeting the entertainment requirements for the next level up. It's just the visitors we need to start attracting. So these people really aren't happy about the noise situation, and understandably so. So what we're going to do is just quickly pause it, and these few residences here, we'll get rid of them, and we'll just de-zone this little area here, just to stop them building back. And instead we can run, not that, we can run a few trees along there just to mask it all and blend it all together and fill in the space nicely. And we shall go for leafy tree number 2. We'll just have a couple of trees here and here, like that. And what we could also do is actually just paint this with asphalt. And yes, that means those trees are growing through the concrete, but we can just say that they're, you know, planted trees or potted trees, whatever you want to call them. And it just brings that little area together. So it's good to see the bus being used as intended, so people get off the subway. Don't run on the stairs. Yeah, people get off the subway and onto the bus. So that's working as I thought it would. How are our public transport services doing? Very popular. Bus line number 5. That's the one around Montrose, I think. Yeah, that's quite a big one, that. Goes all around Montrose and New Portsea and over to the industrial area. Let's just rename that so I know what it is next time around. Montrose, New Portsea. There we go. And bus line 6, that needs a new colour. Like a oh no, we've got a pale red. Let's have a dark red. Where is that one? Is that this one here? Yes, so you are servicing Islington Park and Lynham. But we'll just call it Islington Park. Oh, it's night time all of a sudden. That was a bit weird. Bit of a strange jump through to night there. Okay, I think we'll leave it there for today's episode. We've expanded Penketh. We have a new little park area there, and we've expanded our subway system as well. Before we do go, I would like to see how Southern Hay Farm is doing. Nice and profitable. Still need more workers, although we are getting close to the amount of workers we need. We're over halfway there. So I think we need to zone some more residential at some point to try and get more workers in there. The noise pollution problem has now been alleviated since I just got rid of their houses, so that's a bit of a dramatic way to handle it, but it's worked, never mind. So yes, we'll end it there for today. So what I'll do now is quickly pause it. I'll find ourselves a nice vehicle that we can take a little ride on. It'll be a nighttime ride again, which is always quite pleasant. And if I can find a service vehicle, I know that's going to... oh, maybe even a bus. Maybe one of the Penketh buses. In fact, there's one right there. So we'll get on the bus and we'll have a little ride through Penketh. I'm not too sure about the the lights there shining through, but we can... Let's see what it's like when it starts moving. Oh god, no, that's just unbearable. Where are you going to be going next? Returning to facility. Yeah, we'll ride on the Asda delivery truck. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode and you're enjoying the series. If anybody else has any naming suggestions, please let me know. We can name districts, we can name roads, we can name buildings. Yeah, just let me know and I'll see what I can do. Obviously we've got Grangeshill in now, thanks to Mr. Lizardface. So any others, please let me know. But for now, all that remains for me to say is, as always, ladies and gentlemen, you take very good care of yourselves. It's ta-ta for now.